Hello again everybody, Keith Jackson speaking. Thank you for joining me for yet another repotting video of a Dendrobium phalaenopsis. This is the first plant that I bought, which I got at the RHS Garden Centre at Harlow Carr. It's a no ID, but I think quite a pretty one nevertheless. I do you can see what the problem is. I do like the flower. Get one that's the right way up or more the right way up. They seem to be every which way at the moment. As you can see, I tried to repot it some time ago and it's unstable. So what I've got to try and do is do a proper job this time, get it more stable from the start, because we've got some nice roots and even a new growth starting out in there, and I want to be able to work with it and not have to worry about the blessed thing falling over every 2 minutes, which it obviously wants to do. It's my own fault. I tried to repot it 2 or 3 months ago, took off too much root. It was my fault entirely. I just misunderstood what I was seeing, and I thought the roots were less good than they were. Well, now the roots are pretty bad. They really are pretty bad now. What was fairly good is now pretty much dead and gone. Join the choir invisible. So I'm going to have to take all this lot off and have another go, and I suspect put in a lot of moss to try and get some roots going, because there are some roots that I showed you just now, but to be honest there's nothing that is going to be any use whatsoever. So I need to get on with this, do the plant some, give it some proper TLC, and not mess about with it. It's very big. It could possibly end up splitting before the day is done. I don't really want to do that, because at the moment I've only actually got one part that is showing new roots, although we've had some new growth, so it is managing somehow to hydrate itself. We've got a duff pseudo bulb there which can come off. Right, get rid of that. Really, I don't want to take any more off, because although that looks pretty grotty, I really need to keep things not looking too bad. There's some green on that, so it's not great. It really isn't. If I was more experienced I'd be a lot happier, but I've got an awful feeling that I've got major problems here that I don't really know how to deal with. But I think all I can do is put some large bark in here in the hope that it will drain reasonably quickly. And then try and get it perhaps more like that. Get it that way on so that the growing points have got room to move, and then I'll have to try, I guess, to it'll have to be staked clearly, but I think if I can get it looking a bit better than it does now, it's going to need to be staked, there's no doubt about that. Two roots, just one or two that are showing signs of branching, which might be the saviour of this plant if I'm really lucky. Now then, that's looking altogether better than it did before I started. But I think the next thing I'm going to have to do is find some more moss. When I've staked it, looking a bit low in places, I think that's got to come up back a bit more, bark behind it. I don't want it to get too wet. It does need to be more upright than it was. Anything I can do that will blast and blow it. I've managed to knock off the new growth. Oh, well, that was almost inevitable, I suppose. I've reused the old compost because it really wasn't all that ancient, so with luck I can reuse it without too much trouble, and if I can even stabilise it a little bit, that will be a big help, and hopefully it's not 10 miles of wire either. So I need to find some oh dear, I'm disappointed about breaking that, never mind, can't be helped. But I'll go and get some moss organised and see where we end up with this. It's certainly lower down in the pot and looking better, and that's a lot nearer the compost than it was before. So let's see whether that can be used to hold this one steady. Yeah, I can do that. I think keep that bit. Right, I'll just go and get myself organised and be back in a minute. Okay, back again. Bit disappointing to have damaged that new growth, but all the roots have survived, which is probably the more important bit at the moment, although obviously we should have got some new roots from the new growth, but I can only hope that it will put another one out. And now I've got some moss which I'm going to put just in this area here to try and persuade those roots to advance a little bit. I really want to help them hydrate the plant. There's no sign of much by way of viable roots anywhere else, but I guess if it's got a little bit of humidity around it, it might help. I don't know. I'm not sure whether it wants moss all the way around, whether that'll be too much, but we'll have to just wait and see, I think. See whether I can get some more root to come in, or if that new growth is the only one, because there were several new growths actually that developed on this plant that haven't yet flowered, so we'll have to see. Anyway, that is my first Dendrobium phalaenopsis. I'm hoping now that I've got it into a better state. It certainly is not as unstable as it was before, so I hope that that's started to put that on the road to recovery. I suspect it could be a very long job, but it'll be fingers crossed, and we'll see how we go on. Right, as always, thank you for watching. I hope that's been of interest, even as only as amusement possibly. But I'll sign off now and see you next time.